lately I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4 and have been having a lot of fun with it. And I decided that in this run I was going to play the female version and with mods as well, and just maybe explore more of the place, maybe get better weapons in the beginning of the game to maybe make it more easier, and also, I hate that I keep doing that, but make it in a very hard difficulty because, normal difficulty kind of gets boring after a while because the game gets really easy after you get like T60 armor. So I was having a lot of fun and decided what are some good weapons that I can get pretty early. And one of the weapons that I saw that piqued my interest was a never-ending double barrel shotgun. Now, the good thing about this is the main problem with a double barrel shotgun, it's its ammo capacity, because sure, there are other problems with it as well, like maybe the damage of it, but that's what its main issue is with, because it has such a small ammo capacity because it's a double barrel shotgun, which sucks because it only shoots 2 rounds, but it's the whole point. And I was wondering, a never-ending double barrel shotgun sounds really fucking cool because it will be really good. And you could say, sure, you could say that I could have just gone the combat shotgun, but the combat shotgun is already good enough as it is, and would be better off getting like a different mod with the like explosive rounds than that. And because of that, I saw that a good place that you can get it is in this place, the National Guard office or something like that, and just do this whole process of making sure to quick save outside of the place. And when you find the or like a legendary ghoul that drops that specific weapon, and if it's the mod that you don't want, then all you have to do is auto save, because when you go into the place, it auto saves. Load the autosave, and all it will do is when you find another legendary zombie or ghoul, then it will drop that same weapon, but just a different legendary macho. And then just keep doing that until you eventually get the one that you want. And if it doesn't drop the whatever weapon it is, then you load the quick save and do the whole process again until it drops it. And I did this for a good while. I'm not joking. I did this for a long time, like a good 7-8 hours, because I started doing this around 11:30 a.m. and then I stopped doing it after like 8 p.m. because then I realized, what is going on? Why isn't this fucking working? The whole time, the ghouls did not drop a shotgun at all, a legendary shotgun at all. It never dropped one. And that's when I decided to search up how this whole system works. And one thing that I found out from like a subreddit or whatever is how it works is there are some specific weapons that will not really spawn ever again, for legendary at least, after a certain level reaches. Like for example, the double barrel shotgun, you kind of stop getting it as a legendary weapon from any enemies after level 15. And as you can see from this whole load, from this whole process that I was doing, I was already level 16. And that made me realize I wasted all of that time for no fucking reason. I never got it because I was already too high of a level to even get it, so there's no chance of any of them to drop it for me. And maybe there is a chance, but it's nearly impossible. Maybe like 1 in 1,000 or something like that. It's nearly impossible for you to get that. And I saw in the video you might get a less chance of dropping it after a higher level, but no, from the whole 7 hours or 8 hours, I never got it once. And because of that, I searched up other places and was also debating on getting a different weapon from here because I kept getting hunting rifles or armor pieces. But a specific hunting rifle that I got that really piqued my interest as well is not the never ending, because that would just be stupid on it, but a specific mod for it that would actually sound really interesting and really good, which was the additional shot. I forgot what was it called. What was it called? Oh, the 2-shot hunting rifle, my bad. I'm just looking through the whole gameplay. But the 2-shot hunting rifle, because what it does, it just shoots an additional projectile. So basically, double tap from Call of Duty Zombies, which is cool, but from what I've heard, it kind of messes up with the accuracy of it. So sometimes, even if it says it's like 95% accurate, it might somehow still like miss with that, or at least do less damage. Maybe I'm just wrong on that, but I don't know. I think it does affect the accuracy from it. And decided not to get it and just focus on somewhere else, because from what I've seen in this place, this is actually meant for a place, or like for a farming, you farming this place when you're a higher level, maybe like up to level 30 or something like that, not when you're lower level 15 or something like that. So throughout that whole time, I wasted all of that for nothing. I never ever got a shotgun at all and wasted 8 hours of my life for nothing. And as you can see in this next clip, when I was just looking through levels, I was just annoyed. I really was annoyed. And then later on, just decided to just move on from all of that, even though I was just so frustrated. And then you might be thinking, wait, how are you even going to go back to this? Luckily, I had previous saves where I was actually a level 12. So I loaded those saves and went to a different place that I found. And that place that I found is called the Concord Sewers. Somewhere around the Concord, there's a sewer place that I didn't even know existed. And what is in there is nearly in the entrance, when you're going downstairs of it, there are 3 rad roaches that spawn there, and there's a chance that one of them can become a legendary. And that's actually meant for early game. So that place is actually kind of like an early game place, and is kind of meant for you to get a legendary weapon early on in the game. And because of that, there's obviously weapons that are kind of shitty in there, like pipe weapons or maybe shitty melee weapons or armor pieces. But that's good because that also means that there's a better chance of you dropping or it dropping a double barrel shotgun with it as well. And because of that, I did this whole same process again, and thankfully it was more easier than the ghouls, because with the ghouls, I didn't really have great weapons with me, like, reliable weapons to kill them really fast. I kind of had, like, shitty weapons, and all I really had to rely on was my T45 armor to keep me alive, and just some grenades. With this one, it's very easy. All you have to do is enter the place, look down the stairs, you see a rad roach, or you see rad roaches, throw a Molotov cocktail, they instantly die, and if they don't instantly die from it, then that means that there's a legendary, or if they're really fucking big, then it's a legendary. And I did this whole process, and thankfully it didn't take as long as the previous one, because as you can see in this next part, I actually ended up getting a double barrel shotgun, just the wrong mod. And all I have to do now is to just do this whole process, load the autosave instead of the quick save, and eventually I finally got the never-ending double barrel shotgun. I was so happy when I finally got it, because you have no idea how long I wasted to do this stupid ass shit. I finished, or at least I started at around 11:30 a.m. and stopped and finished this at around 12 a.m. I actually was there for like a good 12 hours, or did this whole process for a good 12 hours to get one weapon. And would you ask me, was it worth it in the end? Fuck no, it really wasn't worth it at all. Because again, later on in the game, you're going to find better weapons that are maybe more fun or more reliable than this double barrel shotgun. And while I do really regret on getting this weapon, at least I got it. Because, who wouldn't want a never-ending double barrel shotgun? It's good for early game. It really is. It really is good for early game. But eventually, I already got other better weapons, like the Overseer's Guardian, which shoots an additional projectile with the rifle or whatever it is, which does enough damage with just one bullet itself, so shooting 2 is even more damage. And then also the spray and pray, the explosive Tommy gun, which I think is like the best weapon in the game because of how efficient it is, especially when you use the perks on like automatic weapons and explosives. So do I regret it? Yeah, I regret wasting all of this time for this, but in my opinion, it was mostly my fault. It really was. Everything from me wasting all of this time was primarily my fault, and it's no one else's fault but mine, because I could have prevented this, or at least prevented from me wasting more time, if I just searched it up more earlier and had more knowledge, or actually had knowledge on how the system works. So I'm not going to blame anyone else. This is all primarily my fault. And I should really only blame myself that it was so painful, because, I'm the one playing the game. But still, it's a really cool weapon to have. A never-ending double barrel shotgun is pretty fucking cool. And from what I've heard as well, people say that it's one of their favorite weapons, especially early game at least, because, it does a lot of damage. It does a decent amount of damage. and again, it's really efficient early on in the game. And it's just at least unique. And maybe, not actually, not really. I was gonna say maybe can compete with the combat shotgun, but no, no way. The combat shotgun will of course always be better. But it's just interesting, you know, having this kind of weapon to have, or having this kind of weapon in your inventory, a never-ending double barrel shotgun, is pretty fucking cool. But eventually does get, you know, obsolete or not really as reliable later on in the game when you reach like level 60 or something. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. I just wanted to show this stupid ass moment of me wasting 12 hours to get this weapon, and I rarely use it now because I have better weapons. That's about it. So yeah.